Hello and a happy new year to you all. First review at the headquarters here in Kent Beer Reviews house. Where that come from? So I over the last sort of few months I bought quite a lot of beer. Pre-Christmas, 3 big Trembling Madness orders, which is where most of the beers will be from in the coming weeks and probably month or two. Anyway, let's get down to it. So from Azvex Brewing Company out of Liverpool, we're stepping back a little bit, and this is a can of their Development Hell #1. They've actually got out a second one at this moment in time, but this will be reviewed against the other in due course. So this is #1. So an IPA then, 6.2% ABV, classed as a New England IPA. Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe hops in this one. Just saying here, this one utilitize you know that word, incognito in a unique way, dry hop with Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe, as I've said. Which incognito, if you didn't know, I did know, but I just remind myself, is 100% all natural hop product crafted to deliver high concentrated flavour while maximising brewing efficiency and reducing process loss. So I wasn't sure, I did actually just read that part. So any other details here? That contains barley, oats, wheats, obviously water, blah blah blah, yeast, etc. What you expect really. 6.2%, azvexbrewing.com, 440ml can, 6.2%. So let's crack on with this then. As I've said, this has got combination of Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe hops. I've had this can quite a while, to be honest with you. Probably a good 5 weeks. But it's been sitting in the fridge quite happily. But it's got a best before June of 2023, so I'm not overly concerned. So it's quite carbonated, so we'll just leave it at that. I'm kind of going aggressive, but yeah, it went a little bit further than I thought. It's really dark on camera at the moment. I don't know what the deal is there. So one finger, whitehead. Nice orangey in colour, as you'd expect. Hazy. Not crazy hazy, but yeah, hazy nonetheless. Swirl and a sniff then. See what's going on in this one. Yeah, okay. So it's got like melon quality. It reminds me a little bit of Nelson. It's got that kind of Nelson-y kind of white grape melon kind of vibe to it. Nothing crazy on the nose so far. Maybe a little of lime. Lemony, kind of waxy lemon. Yeah, that's alright. Let's give it a try, see how this is. As I say, this was canned on, I think something like September. 19th of September, best before the 19th of June. So we're about sort of around about the middle mark of the life of this beer, apparently. Let's give it a try. Cheers. First thing I saw was the lacing. Oh, okay, that's really nice, soft. A little bit almost like sherbety lemon. Medium body, no hint of ABV at 6.2, so it's kind of the lower end, I'd say, of in the IPA kind of range, if you like. I'd say lower range, maybe bang in the middle, depends where you are. If you're in the States, it's lower end. If you're in the UK, it's about bang in the middle kind of deal. But yeah, very smooth, very slick. Yeah, melon, grapefruit, give it a little bit of that kind of edge. Very mellow. It's nothing that's going to kind of grab you and think, oh wow, this is the best beer I've ever had. But what you are getting is a very nice pillowy mouthfeel. Subtle. It's probably the word. It's calmed down a bit now. Like I thought it would. I was hoping it would, and it did. So I think it's just that initial crack of the can kind of deal. I don't know why it's so dark, my camera, but perhaps it's the lighting on my camera. We'll see. But I know the mic's working, so that's good. Other information, this is the first in the series, so there's going to be more than one. There's definitely more than two. At the moment, I think there's two in this Development Hell series. It just says that we are exploring new products, ideas and techniques. So, experimental series then. And this is the first one. I'm going to try and keep up with this series if I can. You know what it's like. The trouble with keeping up with series is once you've gone 2 or 3 or 4 in, it's like you've got to keep up with it. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, you're committed then. Because you've got to... I've done that long ago with another brewery just down the road in Manchester, sorry. And yeah, it got a bit of a... you've got to do them all kind of deal. Glad when it was finished almost, but not because they're bad beers, but just like the whole thing. Once you've started, then you've got to, see it through, kind of deal. And you don't know how long the series is going on for. Anyway, sidetracked. But seriously, this is very easy drinking, light body, as I've said. Not much other flavours coming through. More of a kind of more of a mellow grapefruit, if you like. There's a little bit of sweetness somewhere coming through. Probably a little bit of malt sweetness somewhere along the line. But very well balanced, very easy drinking. 6.2%. It's kind of a danger beer. It's another one of those. There's no hint of that at all. It feels like a straight up pale ale. Or New England pale, if you like, at 4.5% kind of range. It feels like that. So fair play to it. It's a very well brewed beer. It's very well balanced, very smooth, very drinkable, quaffable, whatever word you want to use for drinking. You could potentially get in trouble with this. The availability currently on this, probably not around, because they brought out the second in the series, which I'll be reviewing just a second, Development Hell number 2, which is a double IPA. So a little plug for the next one in this series. Well, as for this one, yeah, very good, as I would expect from these guys. They definitely one of the top new up and coming breweries for sure. As I said, former head brewer and part owner of Neon Raptor Brewing Company out of Nottingham in England. So if you can't get hold of this, then from Neon Raptor, Azvex Brewing Company, do check out what other beers they've got. I do think they are the absolute bee's knees, to be honest with you. So this is Development Hell number 1. Citra Mosaic and Simcoe are the hops in this one, IPA at 6.2% New England style as well. So let me know if I've had this one before. Shortly I'll be bringing out the second instalment of this series, and we'll see how it goes. We might do a side by side, we might not. We'll find that out in a while. Anyway, thank you anyway, and Happy New Year to you all. Cheers for watching as always, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.